Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello to you and welcome back to the channel where you join me again at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, where this time I'm with BMW to go for a run up the Hillclimb in the new M850i, the brand new car that's only very recently been revealed. We'll be taking a look around it first before we jump in to go for a flat out blast up the Hillclimb. But before we do, let's also check out this car right here, the M Performance Parts Concept BMW M2. Let's get straight into it. Firstly, doesn't this look good? The new M Performance Parts concept that features a number of the carbon fibre M Performance parts that have been made available for the BMW M2 competition, but in this case fitted to the regular BMW M2. So this car's joining us for the Hillclimb run as well, so we'll have plenty of time to run over all of the details. For now, let's take a look straight away at the subject of today's video, the BMW M850i. This is the dynamic driving debut of the production version of the car, blasting up the Hillclimb today, so we'll get to experience what it's like from the passenger seat as well as checking out the interior very shortly. My first time greeting the new 8 Series, the coupe that we have in front of us, was when I went to Wales to join with BMW and M to go on a pre-drive with a car fully covered in camouflage to experience what it's like and how, as they're pitching it, it's a sports car mixed with the luxury that we'll discover later on. Then a month ago or so, it was fully unveiled at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, and we had a full opportunity to go for a walk around and pick out some of the details and highlights to show you. But overall, for me, I think the biggest thing is to look at the design, the low, sleek, sporty style, the wide front grille stretched but connected in the center, the sleek, narrow headlights fitted right around the corners of the car, the large openings for cooling, because in there you have the 4.4 litre twin-scroll, twin-turbo power, twin-turbocharged V8 making 530 horsepower. So this is the M850i. We've seen concepts for the future M8 that will come in on top, sitting at the very top of the range, making, well, over 600 horsepower, and various different body configurations, including a Gran Coupe with rear doors. But this is the two-door, 2+2 style configuration of the 8 Series that we're discovering today. The first car that it's been introduced with, as well as the 840D, the diesel variant of the car that's sitting alongside it. So this particular car, let me come all the way around and show you inside the driver's side of it and what we're experiencing today. It's got the xDrive system, 4-wheel drive, permanent 4-wheel drive, as well as an 8-speed automatic gearbox. On the inside, you can see it's a quite new look for BMW. We can explore this as we're sitting in mostly, but I think the standout feature is this center console area where you have this crystal glass-like gear selector, as well as the toggle for the iDrive unit as well, but we can run through that in a moment. Digital displays, center and dashboard, a new style for the rev counter either side, and the speedometer going on there as well. Just quickly to see in the back, you can see what I mean. There's enough room if you put the seats forward and use the back space also for storage. This car, very nice in the white with the contrasting black wheels and the carbon fibre roof that we have up there, as well as the lip spoiler on the back. The rear of the car is a very, very pretty thing. I really like the sharp lines that run the full width, just emphasising the sportiness. It's very low, it sits very proud and wide, and I think that's part of the aggressive design. So it's very shortly going to be time to fire the car up, jump in and get ready to head up the hill climb. It is time then to hear the noise of the M850i starting up. To live. Right, oh, and that sounds awesome. The M2, so I better jump in here. I'm going to head on forwards and roll on out, where I'm joining my driver for the day, Paul. How are you?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. Good
Very nice to meet you.
Well,
I was going to try and have a conversation, but that thing's so loud we might actually struggle with the exhaust that it has on it. So here we are.
That thing's very noisy, isn't it?
It is. It looks good though. You can see from the back now how it has the new carbon ducktail spoiler as well. Haven't seen that before. That's available for the M2C. But here we are. So, a lot to learn for me. You've been driving the car up every run?
Yeah, so this is the second time I've run the car up the hill. Went up this morning and I was actually really impressed with how much torque it had. So fast. So yeah, it gets off the line quick. It's quite a big car, so you expect it to be a bit wallowy. It actually isn't that bad.
Yeah, well I know that from my pre-drive experience. So I did drive the car in camouflage out in Wales at the pre-drive. Absolutely ludicrous, but what's quite funny is that the sound insulation in here was actually really quite good, and it still sounded loud. Like that sounds loud, and then you do this. Very happy with the right foot there.
Which is typical of what car I'm driving.
No bad thing. Right, it's time to move on out and go join the lineup. See what it's all about. One of the very best things about the Festival of Speed are the cars that you're surrounded by. We're behind the Italdesign 01 Duetta. That was the Brabham BT62 that just headed out. Over to the right, we've got the Paganis, the Huayra Roadster and the Zonda Barchetta, and then the M2 is going to slot out right in front of us. Off they go. It's Horatio Pagani himself driving in the Barchetta at the back. And then the Cullinan is appearing as well, all sorts here, and then it will be us. That thing is ludicrously loud. Must be one of the loudest cars in the run. Crackles. We go past the crowds. Into the sunshine on the hill climb. Following him. I feel like that's probably quite a fun car to be misbehaving in. Just get a feel for some of the cars we have here. The Apollo IE, the Intensa Emozioni, then the W Motors Veneer, then the two Koenigsegg's, the Agera RSN, followed by the Agera FE. This is, well, not a bad lineup of cars going on here, hey? I was about to say, and the Ford GT as well, the Ford of Europe car that I've driven before, but everywhere we go, we just seem to hear a lot of M2. And yep, coming into the sunshine, a Lamborghini Centenario Roadster. There are not many of those, 20 in the world. The brand new 600 LT, and also just gone that way, it was the McLaren Senna. That is McLaren's latest introduction. And that's the Italdesign GTR 50. They're going to be making 50 of those now, and the Brabham BT62 over there. Mr. Horatio Pagani in his car, very special. All right, what's happening here then? Famous donut circle point. Who needs rear tires anyway? Oh, good times. Very nice, gentlemen, very nice.
I want to keep my job, I'm not doing it.
The brand new M850i out smells of tyre smoke. I like looking at the displays. Now this is set up, the speedo that wraps around the left. The rev counter wrapping around the right. So to drive up the hill, how are we going to be set up mode-wise?
So I'll go in Sport Plus with the DSC off and in Sport mode, so I'll be paddling through the gears.
Yeah, cool. Lovely, lovely. Traction off. More nice cars as we head towards the sunshine. So, just in here, the interior by the way, to the audience, we have the button to go through the assist systems and settings you can control through here. New display in the centre for the air conditioning and climate control. Then you've got your usual hotkeys for the windscreen, heater and air conditioning. Media hotkeys, and then down here, this lovely crystal gear knob that has the 8 in the centre. Selects through the iDrive controller, then a few different things like the 360 camera system, for example, loading up the front cameras, or depending how you want to have that set, and your different driving modes that we will experience on a test drive at some point in the future. Anyway, we're coming up to the start line, which means I need to get my helmet on and get ready for the journey. Off he goes. That's not really remotely surprising, is it? So, performance run for us, and away we go. Gosh, that picks up well.
It goes well, doesn't it?
Hard on the anchors. You're in chase mode, hunt down the M2. We can see him in the sights in the distance up ahead. And across the line. Wow, that's cool. Thank you.
Cool, isn't it?
Not bad at all. Good pace. I'm super intrigued now to see what this is actually like to swap chairs, to be on the driving side and get a feel of it from that side.
Get yourself signed up.
Oh well, I think the full press launch and opportunity to actually drive it will be in the coming months. Fingers crossed. Please BMW, I'd love to have a go in the M850i. But this is really, I mean, I have technically driven the car, but during final testing, so not the completed, finished production model. I have to say, when I drove it, I was impressed with both the dynamic capability, the range, especially. We were.
He's a braver man than me, Tim.
Yeah, into the crowd. Love it. Fantastic. Congratulations. That was very nice. I was going to say the breadth of ability, the dynamic ability. So we were playing with the dampers and going from the softest to the hardest, and you can completely change the characteristics of the car. I mean, we're focusing primarily on that, but sports car was the term, and sports car is how it felt. Nice way to reintroduce the 8 to the BMW lineup.
That's great, isn't it? I love the noise of it. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, for these videos, to the audience, it's hard to kind of judge the noise, because obviously you don't normally wear a helmet in a road car too frequently. So you get a very different perspective on the sound, because you've got these gigantic mufflers over your ears. But that did sound, even through those, quite nice. And I remember thinking that when I drove the car the first time out as well. But anyway, awesome. Thank you
Nice
very much for the
verbal.
ride.
Not a problem.
Appreciate it a lot.
Not a problem. No
Really good
worries
fun.
at all.
Every time we get up here to the top, I look at this car park, and this is the most incredible place. But let's jump back in the car, because we're going straight back down towards the paddocks out the bottom. I'm very warm today, but not complaining. This is a nice place to be for it. Oh, that's cool.
Sounds nice.
The crackles are good. Where do we go? Down a little touch. Yeah. So we roll back down in style as well. It's the noise that exhaust makes when they lift off. It's just funny. If those tyres weren't already gone, they more or less are now.
He's in so much trouble.
Oh dear. Here we are then, returning back towards the first glance paddock where the two cars are located for this event. So, is there anything else I can tell you about the interior? We have a nice energy flow diagram on the display at the moment. Quick flick through this, we've got some sport displays where you can see a couple of things. Sorry about the light at the moment, obviously it's very bright here. Pressures and G sensors going on in this screen. Journey data as well. Get up there and control this and go back to home and see the new style with the multi kind of tiled display that the xDrive system has on its touchscreen. Going on up here, just scroll through some of the different settings just so you can see how this works. Scrolling across to new slides, telephone. That all does the job. And then let's go and take a look at this as well, so I can show you some more of the parts on it. While the cars are all parking back up in the paddock, let me show you around some of the M Performance parts that make up the M Performance parts concept that we're looking at here then, that we've been listening to and watching smoke out those rear tyres a fair bit. So the wheels it's wearing are the wheels from the M3 CS. Some of the body parts are made out of carbon fibre. So for example, the front fenders here are full carbon, leaving this section exposed but the rest painted. This is an option, an M Performance part option for the competition. You can see the bonnet similarly, carbon fibre bulge that it has there with the stripe highlighted around the outside of that. It's got the carbon fibre kidney grills painted also with the stripe on the inside, as well as these lower lip end plates going on down there. We've got carbon fibre mirror caps, the carbon fibre roof, which is a quite interesting process to install that, cutting out the original roof. We'll talk more about that in due course. Carbon fibre side skirt plates down there too, and then the boot lid, again carbon, it's all carbon. This is a full carbon piece. You can see the exposed panel left at the very back in gloss carbon, and then the painted sections for the lower and upper with the new ducktail that we didn't see before. You can also get the competition wing that goes on the back, but that would be over the top of this lip with the cutout in the centre, and then down there carbon diffuser, and you can hear the exhaust with its carbon tips burbling away even at idle. Very, very loud, not gonna lie. So on the inside, let's come around to the driver's side just to have a look at this in more detail. There's a lot going on in here that's very special. You can see the steering wheel with the contrast stitching, the seats, the carbon bucket seat from Sparco. Have a look at this. That's a very, very nice seat. Full carbon fibre, sporty bucket seat, and performance. Carbon bits everywhere in this car, to be honest. And then in the back, 2 seats, 2 independent seats fitted in the back of the car. Normally you'd have the kind of bench back there, still just a 2-seater, but it would be a bench as opposed to having the side bolstering for more support in the back. That looks awesome, especially with the embroideries for the headrest as well. So, fair to say, this is a cool looking thing. The M Performance Parts concept. Quick look around it here. After hearing it and watching it, having a fun time lighting itself up, or being lit up by its driver, maybe I should say, as we went up the hill climb. Lastly then, I suppose I should say farewell for now to the M850i. In not too long I hope to get my hands behind the wheel and give you a full in-depth look as to what this car is all about, so stay tuned for that in due course. For now though, quite a fun experience, getting to see a little bit of the power without being able to go into too much detail because it's not quite ready for the full first drive and dynamic road test by journalists in due course. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you ever so much as always for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support. Make sure to be subscribed to see more of the M850i. As I said, when the time comes. That's it now though. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.